Up here in our anchor booth with us now, we want to welcome in California's other Senator, Alex Padilla, who was appointed to the Senate after Kamala Harris was elected vice president. Senator, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you imagine how special it feels not just to speak tonight on her big night, but as I mentioned from the stage, I was appointed with big Chuck Taylors to fill. So, the work continues, but she's been a dear friend for many years.
Well, that goes to how long you have known her and how closely you have worked with her in the past. So tell us a little bit about what you are going to be watching for specifically in terms of what she says and what she doesn't say from the stage tonight.
So I think throughout the convention, especially tonight directly from her, and for the next 75 days, the country will get to know the Kamala Harris that we in California know and love. She is thoughtful, she is smart, she is tough, but she's got a big heart for helping people. That's what it should be about for all of us in this business of public service. And I've just seen it time and time again from her days as district attorney, from her days as attorney general, certainly as my predecessor in the United States Senate, as vice president these last, almost 4 years, and certainly for the next 4 when she becomes the president of the United States. I'm getting chills on my goosebumps here.
Well, look, we're told that she spent the last couple of weeks going back and forth to her alma mater, Howard University, where she's been practicing this speech, writing, rewriting this speech. When you talk to her, how is she feeling about this moment, and how is she feeling about the message that she hopes to convey?
I think, starting on the day that President Biden made his announcement, and we love Joe, we thank Joe. But she came out of the box immediately after his announcement and was able to shore up the support necessary to become the presumptive nominee within a matter of hours, not weeks. It just says a lot about her preparation, her relationships, and the goodwill and respect that she has built with people from over the years. And so she's not just ready to be the nominee, she's not just ready to win in November, she's truly ready to lead our nation because, look, folks, as you know, we're going to make history one way or the other this November. It's either electing, for the first time ever, a convicted felon to the Oval Office, or we can elect the first woman of color, someone who just represents the optimism, the hope for the future, the diversity of America. And again, we're just so excited.
You mentioned this in your remarks earlier on the stage as well, that Kamala Harris is, like millions of Americans, first-generation child of immigrants. You talked about your own parents up there on stage as well. How do you think that experience would inform her view as a president, and in particular, how would it inform her policy? Would you see that being markedly different from the Biden-Harris policy?
Well, I think it's been good this last term. It's going to be even better going forward. We talk about how representation matters, and it absolutely does, but it's beyond just gender representation, ethnic representation, geographic representation. We're really talking about professional experience and life experience. When you had to work your way through college, it's just a little bit different. When you have been maybe discriminated against or at least doubted when you were in the room trying to hold your own at a decision-making table, it's just a little bit different. And so to have that perspective reflected in every negotiation, every deliberation, every important decision that's being made on policy, whether it's domestic policy, international policy, anywhere in between, is only going to make decision-making and leadership better and stronger, and that's what Kamala Harris represents.
Well, specific to immigration, though, when you say her policy would be better, what would that look like to you? What would better immigration policy look like?
So a couple things. There's been a lot of chatter in recent months about how Democrats have shifted towards this tough on the border approach. And look, we all agree, regardless of political stripes, we need a southern border that is safe, that is secure, that is orderly. But border security does not equal immigration policy. And our immigration system overall needs desperate modernization. As vice president, she has talked about the border, but she's also engaged leaders in Mexico, in Central America, and beyond. And we see the results. Numbers of people coming to the southern border are way down at the moment, lower than they've been at any point under the Biden administration, lower than at any point during the end of the Trump administration. But Kamala Harris, because of her experience in California as Attorney General, also knows we have an issue. It's not about people who are coming either seeking asylum or in search of the American dream. If it's people involved with human trafficking or drug trafficking, we must go after them and be strategic and thoughtful in how we do that. And by the way, as we have this global conversation, we cannot forget dreamers, farm workers, other long-term residents of the United States that have been here for years, if not decades, helping strengthen our country. We have to do it all.
Immigration is certainly a point of debate. One area on which Democrats and Republicans agree is that this race will be decided at the margins. How does the Harris-Walz campaign corral all of this momentum and turn it into votes? And more specifically, how does the campaign boost its standing among Latino voters?
Right, and it's beyond just, well, if the other guy wins, right? Because we know what the immigration policy will be under another Trump administration, heaven forbid. Chaos, fear in communities, detention, mass deportations, etc. You know, when it comes to a Harris-Walz administration, they've laid out the vision, they've laid out the thoughtfulness, and it is reflected not just in polling information. You guys know the numbers even better than I do, but if measured by the number of maybe first-time small-dollar donors to the campaign, through the roof. If it's measured by volunteer signups, and not just people signing up online, people literally walking into campaign offices in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, and beyond, Georgia, North Carolina. It is palpable. We have 75 days to get it done.
All right, that is California Senator Alex Padilla. Thanks so much for coming by, sir.
Thank you all so
appreciate it.
much.